You sound like the stereotyped version of the cold woman scientist, but you don't look it. Soft hair, radiant eyes, the slender and lovely figure, obviously, underneath that diaphanous gown, attractive legs.
How about black eyes and broken legs?
Uh-oh.
You up for that?
I've already asked him to leave.
Look, I got to fly to New York this afternoon, and you're ruining what's left of a very pleasant visit.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that to anyone.
Well, then take off.
Has anybody ever told you you look absolutely divine in red?
Don't push too far.
You got a nick on your chin, or is it a bite? I had a series of phone calls working to my few friends in the news business. They knew nothing about any project R.I.N.G, Ring, and only a little more about the Terrell Institute. But I was able to get one tidbit. The senior member of the Appropriations Committee that funded Terrell was our very own Senator Duncan LeBeau Stevens.
Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Kolchak?
Well, you can tell me about Ring, Senator.
Ring?
Ring. Terrell Institute, Ring, you know.
Well, I know about Terrell, of course, but I'm sorry. This Ring, I'm sorry.
Well, that's what they do up there.
Well, I don't know where you get your information, Mr. Kolchak, but at Terrell, they were working on a highly secret project having to do with miniaturizing computers.
Well, since when is miniaturizing computers secret?
Well, the military mind, Mr. Kolchak, it thrives on secrecy.
The military mind, Senator, thrives on war.
Yeah, well, I can't say any more. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with this Ring.
Well, are you familiar with Dr. Avery Walker and his alleged heart attack?
Oh, yes, I heard of his untimely death. A tragedy. A great man, a great mind.
Yeah, well, that's all great stuff for the campaign trail, but we're not there right now, and I'm not exactly Jimmy Olsen, cub reporter. So why don't we just talk to each other like two grown-up human beings, Senator? What do you say?
You work for INS.
INS, that's right. See, Carl Kolchak, INS.
Miss Barham, Mr. Kolchak is leaving now.
I am? I am. Do you validate?
Miss Barham, when you're finished with him, I want you to get me General Brody at Terrell Institute, and then I want to speak to Peter Vreeland in Washington.
That I can understand. Yes, I read you. I said I read you, sir. Yes.
Tony, you won't believe what's been popping today. Now, I'm not sure what's going on, but I have a feeling it'll make Watergate look like a pie fight.
Carl, I want you out in San Francisco on the Millennium trial. It's an emergency.
Updates on the Millennium trial.
Oh, yeah, but he had a big brouhaha with the artist who does the courtroom sketches.
Oh, yeah.
Now, look, I'll make all the arrangements. Room at the Mark Hopkins, one with a view. Cracked crab tomorrow night at Buco's.
They're putting the heat on you, right? It's bigger than I thought. Terrific.
Carl, the Home Office just called and they want to kill your story.
So leave the phone off the hook, and when they call back, they'll get a busy signal.
They'll get a disconnect. The building department wants to condemn this building because of your story. Now, are you satisfied?
Of course not. There's a lot more to be found out about this Project Ring.
Project what?
Project what, exactly? And no one will answer that question. But whatever Ring is, Dr. Avery Walker is a goner because of it, and there's a strong-arm maniac on the loose who has something to do with it. Tony, this story is a blockbuster.
But it's the federal government, and it's my block they're gonna bust, Carl. I got a Washington correspondent who's suddenly persona non grata. I got a UN correspondent who's been denied a set of earphones.
You're kidding.
Just because of you and your ring. Now, what is so important? What is so important?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Sit down, Tony.
I don't want to sit down.
Come on, sit down. Sit down, Tony. Come on. That's right. Now, Tony, do you remember when you were a kid in grammar school up at 110th in New Amsterdam? Remember, and they used to draw the tax dollar as a great big pie with one slice out went for defense and another slice went for social programs and another slice went for government
Yes,
spending.
Carl, yes.
Well, what they didn't tell you then was that your tax dollar wasn't buying just pie, it was buying pie a la mode. No, that's right. No. There is a mysterious scoop of something on your tax dollar pie, and that something is Project R.I.N.G. Now, how would you feel if at Manny's you ordered pie a la mode, but they wouldn't tell you what flavor ice cream you're going to get, huh? I mean, your apple pie might arrive with some horrible chocolate chip or butter brickle or Rocky Road.
I don't like Rocky Road.
Yeah, I know you don't like Rocky Road. Now, you wouldn't let Manny push you around like that, now would you?
No.
Of course not. So why should you let your government do it? Tony, I'm writing an obituary on Avery Walker. Now, I have to know what he was working on, don't I? Don't I? Of course. 3:15 p.m. I was heading to the library to scour the congressional record when I heard something that seemed infinitely more interesting.
Unit Hotel Ranger Papa. Captain Akins, please proceed to Windsor Branch, Chicago Public Library. 8824 de Vilbus.
Friend from the mortuary, they come.
No comment.
I think this guy's got a hang-up about using doors. What do you think, Captain? No comment. Name's Kolchak. Yeah. Real friendly fellas you got there. Who are they?
You know there's nothing for you around here. Why don't you go home, Kolchak?
No, I'll just hang around just the same if you don't mind.
It's a public library. I can't stop you.
Right.
But remember, around here, they get rather harsh with loudmouths.
I'll whisper. Did you see anything or hear anything?
He was just throwing things every which way. And then when he saw me, he dropped everything and walked right through that wall.
Right through the wall. Was he looking for anything in particular?
Oh, I don't know. He was in philosophy and humanities.
Philosophy and humanities, huh?
It's a mess. Just look at the mess.
Mr. L, would you mind stepping over there and talking to those gentlemen? Tell them anything you've seen or heard.
Los Federales, huh? The same night, 11:25 p.m., the apartment of Dr. Leslie Dwyer, lady computer expert and unexplained link with books for the blind. As I was trying to fit all the pieces together, a worried Dr. Dwyer returned home from a visit to a friend's house. She wasn't aware that she herself had had a visitor, one that would change the course of her life forever.